and welcome to another Fiberific live craft and chat. It is Thursday here in sunny Queensland. What day is it for you? Are you a Wednesday viewer or are you a Thursday viewer? Like, let me know. It's been an insane, crazy weekend. Let me know in the chat if you caught any of the Big Wool Show live events that we ran over the weekend. I am blown away and also shocked that I still had a voice. I really didn't expect to have one after that, but I did, and it's still here, sort of. We'll see if it can last 2 hours today. So, got lots of Wednesday viewers, people watching ads. It's currently 8 p.m. for John O'Brien. Hey, John, welcome to the chat. It's Thursday for Gail. Hey, Gail, how are you? So we've got lots of people jumping in. Yeah, so it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Yes, many hours of the lives with the Big Wool Show. Absolutely. Freaky wants to know if I'll do more 6-hour lives. I mean, for the Big Wool Show, maybe, probably not here. 2 hours is long enough, I think. I think so. We'll have to run another poll at some stage. Not today. Not today. Oh, Crazy says, I lost so much money at the Big Wool Show. I may also have done some spending. My wallet's a dash lighter. I was kind of hoping that I've been tracking something and that got shipped like on Monday. So I was really hoping it would arrive in time for today to open it with you all, but it hasn't arrived yet. Doesn't mean it won't. We've got 2 hours and the postman could still come. Oh my goodness. I'm just having a quick read. Chaos says, yarn is not what I buy from BWS. Absolutely. I think of it as TBWS, just to differentiate. In Australia, BWS, Beer, Wine, Spirits, it's a chain of liquor stores. It's a great little store, but it's not really the kind of thing we were doing this weekend. I mean, Sunday night I may have partaken of something harder than tea. Oh my goodness. Wow. So it's another week here. Like, seriously, it is nearly mid-September. I hope you've all got your Christmas craft started. I haven't. I still haven't finished my queen from last September. So yeah, Game Widow says that I caught most of the Big Wool Show whilst madly packing and making stitch markers as the orders came in. I hope it was good for you, the Game Widows. Kelly says the Big Wool Show was amazing. Loved the live stream. Was glued the entire time. I did crazy brilliant. Thanks. I'll tell you one thing that makes a big difference, okay, between having the Big Wool Show sort of like versus me live streaming by myself. It's the by myself thing. We had different people every 15 minutes for me to talk to, and I think that made life just a little bit easier than sitting here and sort of feeling like I'm talking to myself. I know I'm talking to the chat. I know I'm talking to you guys. Lisby says, why is there no sound? Oh, everyone else has got sound? I'm really glad, because that would have been weird. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. 11T1 Windmills, welcome to the live stream. You watched the BWS live stream the whole weekend. It was insane. I mean, I didn't watch it the whole weekend, but I saw it. Deb, you've changed your name. I don't know how I feel about your new name. It's different. Yeah, Sally says I ended up modding for somebody. I'm assuming you mean modding, and so as that happened, the trolls came in. Seriously, I was just like, I modded you because I was like, this has been going too long with no, issues. So I'm like, no, I've got to mod you. I modded you, And within seconds, trolls came. It was so weird. I'm so relieved that you were there to look after it. And also Jackie on Sunday. You guys were phenomenal just getting everything done. That was so amazing. Wow. Yeah, the timing was insane, wasn't it? Yeah, the timing for that was pretty good. For the I'm not talking to myself, and someone says I've got no sound, so I literally felt like I was talking to myself for a little second. Kirby says that I learned how to use AirPlay, so now I can watch live on the big screen. Good job, Kirby. Wow. I tend to do that. Because I'm Android and have an Android television. So I cast from my phone to my screen. I can still chat on my phone, but watch on the television. It's definitely makes things fun. Melissa says, I'm here too. The wool show was amazing. I got so sucked in. Look, I have to admit, I was pretty good because Saturday night I was fairly well shattered, so I didn't do much in the way of shopping. Sunday afternoon, like after the live stream finished, I was like, right, I know that Danielle pulls this website down. If I want to shop, I need to shop now. So I jumped in and got a couple of things. And one of them in particular was like one I'd been eyeing since the start of the show, and it was still there. I'm like, that's meant for me. So I quickly bought it. So that was great. John says, weird, I just lost sound too. Is anybody else losing sound? Like, is this a me problem or is this a you guys problem? I'm not sure. Don't stress me out. You guys know how much I stress out during live streams trying to make sure it's all good. Good morning, Leanne. Welcome to the chat. Stop talking while I go out and come back in. I agree with Chaos Creator. We're totally going to talk about John. Yeah. Teresa, thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Okay. So today during the chat, I've got my queen out. It is taking up the whole desk as usual. I'm onto a yellow row. Funnily enough, I didn't get any time for crafting this week. So I have not done a single row. In saying I've had no time for crafting, kind of a lie. Little lie. So I'm starting a test. So you guys all know I'm a bit of a fan of Tina, hence the queen. New fan. I'm a new fan. But so what I've been doing, do you guys want to see what I started testing on the weekend? Like, let me know. I've got it's in a bag down here. I can just pull it up. Let me know in the chat if you want to see what I'm testing. Now, Crochet with Claire is in the chat. So why don't we take advantage of that segue? Oh, thank you, Claire. And I want to talk to you about something. Now, those of you that follow both my Facebook feeds and Crochet with Claire on Facebook and on her Instagram, you will know that something has happened this weekend. And it's the first time Claire has done something like this. As far as I'm aware, Claire, correct me if I'm wrong, Claire is part of this amazing, hang on a second, oh my goodness, hang on, I need to remove that. There we go. Claire is part of something so phenomenal. She is part of this crochet bundle, and it is 40 patterns, okay, guys? 40, all right? Like, that is absolute insanity. And for you get 40 plus patterns. There's 38 different designers. It's valued at over $200 US. There's over 300 pages in one single digital download. And there's a free bonus PDF of crochet tips. So if you guys want to go and check that out, Sally has popped the link in. That is awesome, Sally. Thank you. So if you guys want to go and check that out. Claire, I don't have a price. You got to I missed the price. I forgot to ask. Now, one thing to remember, this is only available for 2 more days, okay? So it is only available for 2 more days. This is not staying up, and it's not going, this particular pack will never be repeated again. So if any of those patterns like make you happy, you need to jump in and grab that, okay? So I didn't see the price. I mean, I could be I could be, blind. Oh, Lisby says it was 20 US dollars, approximately 27 for Australian. $27 for 40 plus patterns plus a bonus crochet tips book. And they've also got a 7-day money back guarantee. So if you open it and realize, yeah, no, not interested, you can totally go and get a refund. It is insane. That's really cool. And that's really weird because most places that give you a PDF don't offer refunds because they're like, dude, you got the PDF. Massive, massive bundle. So many amazing things. I've got to try and get in this afternoon to grab it. Claire says that all the pattern sizes, all the sizes and pattern info are on the link. So where's that link gone? Let me just see if I can find it. I will pin the link at the top of the chat. Come back here, you. Oi, there. Technology not doing what I want. All right, so that message is pinned at the top of the link pinned at the top of the chat. Let's use the English language. Oh my goodness. So I've also dropped it into the description. So if you can't find it in the pin chat, go down to the see more part of my description and scroll down a little and it's right there. So if you're watching in the replay, the link is in the description as well. And I hope you're watching within a couple of days, otherwise you totally miss out. So Lisby actually already grabbed it. So Lisby's like, she's getting a hunky printer to print it each pattern for me. Oh my, that's the advantage when your husband is a printer, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Now I know I got sidetracked, but did anybody say they wanted to see what I was testing this weekend? I wasn't sure. I might have missed it. So while you guys let me know, I'm going to have a sip of my tea and just, scroll the chat and just see how things go. Okay. That animation needs some sound, doesn't it? I'll have to sort out some sound. That's my next thing, is playing with you guys know I'm always tweaking with the live stream. One of the things I want to do is get something that makes pretty sounds and cute sounds and boom tish and stuff like that. Because, we need the boom tish for Freaky and for John. I want boom tish for Freaky and John. How sad. That's so sad of me. That's so sad. There's a few yeses and some show us. Would you kindly share with us, please? See, Artsock knows how to respond. Claire, not Claire, Kim. Oops, you sidetracked. Never. All right, let's have a look. Let's see. I don't want to move my queen, so we'll have to just do it on top of the queen. New camera angle. There we go. So, this is one of my new bags. If you guys want a cool tote bag, that I've got my project on one side. It's got Fiberific, and then the other side it's got sorry, I'm busy crafting today. They're available from my website. But what I'm doing is, you guys know how we've got the new Amma project from Tina. I'm testing out how the squares come up in the Knit Picks Brava. So so far I'm enjoying it. I did make one decision I regretted. I forgot to crochet over an end. So I mean that's a decision that I regret, but it is a test square. And I'm up to, so this is the inner square. So the inner square is different, but then the next section is all the same. It's the big sort of petal things. So I'm up to the petal thing. So the inner squares, it would have helped if I had a ruler, right? Hello, little ruler. I have a little ruler. So the inner square to the little first round of the second is approximately 4.5 inches, 4 3/4 inches if I want to. Yeah, about 4 3/4 inches, nearly 5. It's so, actually, you know what? Let's go with 5. Let's go with 5 inch. So the little 5-inch squares here, and then we add a whole chunk more. But I'm using a 4.5 mil hook, and I'm actually using up some of the little Brava minis because I was just like, I've got white, I've got black, and I've got a whole pile of colors. Why not? Definitely a yarn eater. I did weigh all the minis, but I haven't done the second weigh yet. So I've weighed them and written down how much was in each ball, so that I can have an idea. But the thing to remember as I was going through it, are those Australian inches? No, they're like inches. If it was Australian, it would be like 120 mil, 130 mil. If or 12.5 centimeters. But no, they're US inches. Look, on a US supplied tool from Chaogu. So yeah, so I'm using the Knit Picks Brava, but there's like 12, I want to say 12, there might be 15 different versions of this little inner section. And my concern is, while I can work out what I'm going to use for this one, it's going to be different on them all, and because they're all so different. So I'm not really going to be able to work out exactly how much yarn I'm going to use in each color until I know what I'm doing, which overrated. Never know what I'm doing. Now, guys, my laptop has just really kicked it up a notch and it's quite loud. So let me know if you can hear that, and I'll try and move the microphone away from it. It is got the fans pushing hard. So yeah, so this one, this is it's the second one. It's Lola. I think it's Lola. It may not be Lola. I could be wrong. I should probably have checked, and I've already changed the pattern on my thing back to the Queen. So I think it's the Lola pattern. And look, I really enjoyed it. There's multiple sections of the pattern to download. I definitely needed the photo tutorial page. So you can't hear the sound of my laptop over the sound of your aircon. Fair enough. Yeah, I definitely, what was I going to say? I got distracted, John. I had a thought and it has left. Anyway. Oh, that's right. There's like 6 or 7 files to download. One of them is like a photo step outs file. I can't remember what it's exactly called. Definitely download that, because like for some of these sort of, you know, angled stitches, like these are angled stitches here and here as well. And these are all like front post stitches. It's really helpful. She actually shows you really clearly where to work into. And I had like, because I was just like, I can do this. And so I didn't use it to start with and had to pull out like this first section like a pile of times. And I was just like, surely there's got to be something that can help me here. And there was. It was right there. I just hadn't opened it. So yeah, so that's they're photos to follow. So I definitely recommend that. But aside from, I'm really enjoying that. And I think having a small squares project will be helpful, because the Queen is enormous. Like you guys, some of you are just joining the chat now. Welcome to those just joining the chat. But you can see my Queen is a huge project. Like it's slipping off the table. It's so big that it might be nice to have a little project to carry around a bit as well. So yeah, definitely would like something a bit smaller to play with. So that's something I'm testing. I'm not finished yet. Obviously, the square is not done. It doesn't have its borders or anything. Lola, that's it, Lola. Her name was Lola. So let's see if you guys continue that on. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to with that particular. Oh, look, I've made a total schmoz. Look, I'll just deal with that later. That's a job for another day. Okay, where am I up to? I'm up to joining some yellow yarn onto this. Now, I did do some playing with my webcam. Those of you that have joined before, and I think there's a lot of new people in the chat whose names I recognize from the weekend, but not from our usual live stream. So welcome. Now, if you are new to the live stream, make sure that there's a little bit of housekeeping, which I didn't do at the start. So let's just a little bit of housekeeping at the start. If you are new here or new to watching live streams, you'll see a little thing that says top chat. If you see top chat, click on it and choose the live chat option. YouTube think that they know which comments you want to see, so they change it. I don't know why, they just do. Anyway, I always change mine to live chat so I can see every single comment that comes through. I may miss them because I'm like either watching the camera or watching my craft, but I do try to catch them all. We've got some fantastic mods in here who will look after us. They'll show us links. They'll do all the things like that. There we go. It is definitely it's definitely, oh, I heard a weird noise. It's definitely a really fun environment. If you've got any questions, just throw them in. I do have one thing that I wanted to point out that I nearly forgot about because, I nearly forgot. But my tea of the day, you guys, tea of the day is from the amazing Tea for Talia. I have to top it up, which is what reminded me. It's getting a bit low. I've got mint slice tea. Now, this Fiberifian's code is only valid for about another week, I think. So just top that up with some hot tea. I've got my tea thermos. I make up a cup and the thermos so I don't run out during a live stream, because there's nothing worse than running out. I've got my little cup warmer to keep my tea hot. Oh, that's better hot, let me tell you. Okay. So yeah, if you want to get your hands on some of the same tea that I'm drinking, this mint slice tea, like, it is a black tea that is flavored. Okay, so it's got some chocolate undertones, definitely a little bit minty, but it's not like herbal tea minty, so I'm not going to get heartburn from it, which I don't know about you, but I always seem to get heartburn from mint tea. Not from this one because it's not a green tea or an actual mint herbal tea. So I'm so excited. But anyway, so we'll pop this away. If you want to go and buy your own bag of tea and save $2 off a 100-gram bag, Tea for Talia is a local Australian small business. She's just like some of us in here who are business owners. You will just automatically save on your checkout $2 off every single bag of tea that you order. And this is only available for another week or so. So definitely get in there. We need 70 more thumbs to wait. Freaky, we need 70 more thumbs to take over the watches. I don't understand. I really don't. Amelia Nicole, thank you, Chantel. New to your lives from the weekend. Feel like you're a new friend. Creativity and tea love. Absolutely. Welcome to the chat, Amelia. We've got lots of new people jumping in. Claire, you're right. She is. Natalie is such a beautiful friend. Natalie also jumps into our live streams as well, which is why, because I was drinking her tea one day and then she sent me a message going, hey, can we give your Fiberifians a code? And I'm like, no, they would hate that. No discounts for them. No. I was like, I'm sure. Absolutely. Jackie said that she ordered a whole bunch of Assam last night. Wow. Freaky's saying there's only 36 likes. Do you guys telling me you don't like me? Is that what's happening here? I'm going to cry. No, I won't. I really won't. I've got a new toy, so I'm not sure. Like, I've already played with it once. I'm going to play with it again. Oops, hang on a second. Obviously I can't play with it when there is a comment on screen. Remove the comment. Remove the code. And now we're going to play with the new toy. New toys, a new animation I put up last night. The like, subscribe, and get notified. So if you want to make sure that you catch all the live streams, we have them every Thursday at 10 a.m. till 12 Brisbane time. So, if you're in another state, let's rip the cords out. If you're in another state, just keep an eye on Brisbane time because I'm really selfish and I work to my own clock. Okay. Jackie says the choc vanilla is delicious as well. Yes, the choc vanilla was my absolute favorite before I tried the mint slice. So, creative man, another newbie from the weekend. That is awesome. Okay, let's go down to the Queen. What are you all working on? Let me know in the chat what you are working on while I join on this yellow, bright, eye-melting yarn. Is this too bright for you guys today? Let me know, and I can always tone it down a little bit. It's not usually the problem. Usually it's normally too blue, but I did run through and tweak up the camera, gave it a firmware update, and fingers are crossed that it's going to not be a pooper pants, because that happens. My arms aren't blue. I know, it's novel, isn't it, freaky? It's so novel. So we'll see if we can, not have blue arms. The Gamer Widows right this second is working on the advent calendar stitch markers with her new fancy pliers. Do you have any of your advent calendars still available, Gamer Widows? And can one of the mods throw the Gamer Widows link in the chat for me? That would be awesome. Artsog's still working on a child's jumper because you've been lazy all week. Well, come on then. Crazy Aunt Nicole is knitting the Just Beachy MCal by Paper Daisy Creations. I don't know that one. Jackie has been working on Charlotte's Universe but got inspired from the weekend, and I'm trying to learn to knit. Oh my gosh. Jackie, if you're a crocheter trying to learn to knit, I have a video on the channel that's called Knitting for Crocheters, and it's one of the many ways of continental knitting that really helped me make the transition. So it might help you as well. Joanne's on Tina's Alder blanket. Historical Shepherdess is dyeing wool this morning after feeding lambs and posting parcels. That's a big day. That's a big day. Vampy is working on her Thule still. Twilight Daggers needs to get back to her queen, but I'm working on finishing a crochet gingham blanket. Wow. Gosh. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll check it out. It's hard going back to being terrible at something. It really is, especially like when you're sitting there going, man, I could just crochet this and it'd be done. It'd look different, but I could crochet it. Gamer Widow says that there's only 4 of the full advent calendars and 6 of the mini left. Oh my goodness. Sally or Jackie, if you could throw in the link for Game Widows, that would be awesome. I'm finishing up my test knit for Oliphant Cat. So close to being finished. Wow. Oh, Bex is saying, I just ordered needles from you over the weekend to give knitting a go. Oh, awesome. Are they on back order or did they ship already? I did a whole pile of shipping on Monday and then a bit more yesterday. Yarn Dragon says, your videos helped me to learn the continental. Oh, that's awesome. I know that one video may not make the difference, but it could. It could be the tipping point. So I hope that you give it a try. Kirby says it wouldn't hurt to bring the color intensity down just a tad. It's better than seeing the blue instead of the blue. It's better than seeing the bluey arms. Let's have a look and see if I can't just drop this saturation just down just a dash. Hopefully that helps. That's probably I probably went a dash too hard, but we'll see. Our Game Widows link. Thank you. That is awesome. So many amazing projects. Hey, Serendipity Baker, welcome to the chat. Got to run and finish your cookies, so I'll catch you another time too. I'll catch you in another live stream. Oh, Francis says that's why you gave up on knitting, because you hated being so bad at something again. It is hard. It's hard being bad at something again, especially if you're like a very proficient crocheter. And, it's definitely, it definitely does your head in, because you're like, I am a capable person. Why can't I make this silly thing work? And I definitely understand. But sometimes we need to take a step back, a big deep breath, remember what it was like when we first started learning crochet, and just give it a go. Just give it a go. Jackie's got her the missing link. Jackie is the queen of the links. I have to say. We need to get together with Danielle when lockdown is over and teach her how to knit. Absolutely. I mean, you guys are much closer than I am. Beck said that they're on back order. The order went in yesterday. I haven't received notification that it is shipped yet, but I should get that tonight. And Kate Liz is working on some socks for Christmas presents. Nice job. Now I'm just double checking where I'm up to, because every row is a new row with this pattern. It's always different. And I'm just starting it, so I haven't got the swing of it yet. So bear with me while I work out the pattern. Artsog says it's not about being good at it. It's about being passionate and enjoying it. I mean, that's true. That's true, but I don't know. My brain probably works a little differently, and it does give me a hard time when I'm like failing at something. Like, okay, you guys know I enjoy a bit of tech. Making that graphic. See this one here, the one for the subscribe. Okay, so I purchased the actual video file, but the video file wasn't the format that this software likes, so I had to convert it. When I converted it in the usual way, it didn't give me the transparent background, which meant it was a black screen of nothing, and it did my head in. I was like, I can do this. I am a capable person. I can make this stupid thing work. I mean, I eventually made it work, but I had to like do it like 19 times before I could get the dumb thing to work. It turns out that it was like the software being a poop pants, but that didn't help my brain at all. You know, like, oh, did my head in, honestly. Something so simple. Where are we? Jancy is working on learning half linen stitch on a sock heel. Ooh, that sounds nice. Sally's right now modding the chat, but I do have a couple of projects on the go, a granny square jumper and a knitted jumper. Got sidetracked with playing SDV though. For those of you that don't know, that's Stardew Valley. We're all a bit hooked on Stardew Valley here. Yeah, I definitely understand. Keep trying. Knitting takes time to learn. I was able to knit as a child, but not purl. Tried again, and now knitting socks. Absolutely. Where are we? Yeah, Freaky is a character. We love Freaky here. Freaky makes us carefully word our responses and then still takes us to town. Absolutely every time. Now, you know when you're just looking at something and you realize how precarious it is? I'm just looking at my iPad just hanging off the table here. Whoops. Let's fix that up. Jen Deal says that she's working as usual. Game Winners has a good suggestion. Start with something that will be a success, a simple hat, then step up to something bigger. Before you know it, you're proficient at knitting jumpers. Gosh. Jackie's nearly up to the next section of her star blanket from Stephen West. This thing is huge. Stephen West doesn't do anything small. I wanted to just like, I've never done one of his patterns, and I was like, oh, I think I'll just find something little to have a go with. Couldn't find anything. But if you guys have got any like suggestions on like a single skein project that could the Stephen West, let me know. I can't find it. Oh dear. Jackie Heffernan says knitting socks is my end game. So far, all I've managed is a garter stitch scarf. Seriously, the commitment to knit a scarf is your first project. You're a braver woman than I am. I would have like thrown something by now, but like, oh my God, so much like garter stitch, so much garter stitch. I mean, you'll be like a garter stitch god now. Seriously. John has got some nice merino cashmere. I may knit a scarf. John, can I ask, did you win that or purchase it? Because like when I was looking at your TikTok when you were opening it, it looked like you were surprised by it. So, or was it like a gift or something? Because I'm nosy. I'm nosy like that. Goodness me. The star blanket went on. I keep thinking of Starfleet. Sorry, my brain is just like off because it's Star Trek Day today. Well, I think it was technically yesterday in Australia, but it's today in the US. And so everything in my social media feed, because I'm just a hardcore nerd, everything is about Starfleet. So Star Trek Day. Who here loves Star Trek? Like, because I love Star Trek. Star Trek is awesome. And I've even really been enjoying that animated series like Lower Decks. That cracks me up. It is not kid-friendly, but geez, it's funny. Did I do the right thing? Yes, I did, luckily, because I wasn't looking at the pattern. I was just winging it. Not always the best plan. Not the safest route to go on a queen. Absolutely. Crazy Answers. Well, and the gang has some good chunky weight beginner patterns. It gives you a quick win since the stitches are so big and easy to see what you're doing. Their beginner kits look really good. I haven't gotten my hands on one before, but they look really good. Yeah, I've definitely looked those up if you are around. Oh, wow. So I'm assuming that a lot of you have come in from the Big Wool Show. And from having watched the Big Wool Show, we do things a little bit differently here. We don't have so many guests. We have the occasional guest. It is just me rambling about things. The queen of rambling ramblers. Jackie has a fantastic question, and I need to know the answer. Everybody, what did you get from the Big Wool Show? And, oh, yes, absolutely. So those of you that are new here, we have the Fiberfix Fun Zone, which is our Facebook group for those of us that watch this live stream. And what it is, it's a place where you guys can all continue the conversations. When we talk about these projects, you can go and drop a photo of what you're working on, and we can all ooh and ah. And, you know, if you want to like, oh, should I use this color or not? And we can look at the photo and see it. So it's a way for us all to continue talking to each other, even when the live streams aren't on. So I'm sure that Jackie, the missing link, is going to throw in a link to the Fun Zone any second. So you can go over there and join. Now, you do need to make sure you answer the questions, or you'll be left in limbo forever. We just don't do anything with the people that don't answer the questions. They just stay there until eventually Facebook go, well, bye. So we'd love to see your photos, definitely, of things as they come in. I'm totally going to be dropping my photos in there as well. They've got the chats moving so quick today. And Anne says, I first met you at the Big Wool Show on the weekend. It was great. I'm more of a knitter than a crocheter. Can you please do a few of those stitches a little slower so I can watch closely? Absolutely. When I pick my hook back up, I'll make it slow. So Jancy has an empty bank account after the weekend. I feel your pain. I really do. My bank account is also groaning. It's also like, do you need Jan? Oh my God, what did you do? Yeah. If you just joined that's right, Claire, also in the comments down below, like in the description, and also a pinned comment, if you're a crochet, there is an amazing pattern bundle that's only available for 2 more days, and it is huge. It's got over 40 patterns in it. You should definitely go and check that out as well, for sure. Oh, wow. Kerry says that she's received her first 100% Corriedale. Who did you get that from? Did you buy that at the Big Wool Show? Yeah. Oh, no. 11E1 Windmill's got decision paralysis and bought a few things but then couldn't decide on the rest. Lisa, opposite problem. I knew what I wanted, but because I went in late, most of it was gone. So, yeah. Oh, I can go pretty slow, Sal. I can go pretty slow. So, Sally is the winner on that one. Go, Sally. Gail says that every time I try to join the Fun Zone, it's unavailable. Really? Send me a DM after the chat today and I'll have a look. You remember already or you haven't been able to join? So, and Freaky has an excellent question. Did you answer all the questions on the question page? So, yeah. I might want to zoom in some. Let's see what I can do here. We will... Hang on, little zoomy zoom. There we go. I don't know how clear it'll be. Okay. But it's just straight up single crochet. I speak American crochet. Sorry, guys. So it's just single crochets and double crochets, but it depends on where the pattern, which I cannot show you, says to put them. So I'm just up to the next single crochet here. So it's just back loop only, single crochet. Okay. And can you see that okay? Let me know if you can see that. And then now we're doing a double crochet. And what we do is we go into, see the little, there's a bar here, which I don't think you can see. There's a little bar at the front. It's the front loop from the previous row. And we double crochet into that. Okay. And that's basically all it is a lot of that just when it tells us to do it. And then, so single crochet through the back loop and excuse me, another single crochet through the back loop. And then a double crochet through the front loop here on the next row down. And you always work, unless you're changing colors, obviously, but the yellow goes into the yellow, the purple goes into the purple. When you're changing colors, the yellow goes into the orange, or, you know, whatever the colors are. Not YouTube crochet. No, not YouTube crochet. Is that clear enough? Should I just leave it there on that I might see if I can I clean up that focus point? Bring it in. There we go. That's probably the best I'm going to get. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I'm just having a look in the chat here. Okay. Twilight Dagger says that the link didn't work for her either. So that she's gone to the just search for Fiberfix Fun Zone and went that way. I will definitely double check the links later. Does anybody else have problems with the link? Is a good question. Ooh, you got the glow in the dark yarn. Oh my gosh, I was a bit blown away at the glow in the dark yarn. That was insane. Oh, you got yours from the package from Katrina had the booklets regarding farms at Tandy and Cloverleaf farm stays. But I'm not leaving WA anytime soon. I'm about the same. I'm not ready to leave Queensland just yet. Dolores, welcome to the chat. Dolores sent a message earlier in the week saying that she had been afraid to chat, but after the weekend, no longer. So welcome to the chat, Dolores. Just throw you up into the limelight, pull the Band-Aid off. There you go. Okay, so 111 Windmills, 1121 Windmills said that the link worked. Okay, sometimes it happens that way. Can't wait for glowing socks. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Wow, it's insane. Like some of the things that were available were just crazy. Like, oops, I'm not in the middle here. I'm leaning towards the pattern because, you know, the pattern. Some of the offerings, like I'm sure my face was shocked on occasion. I'm not very good at using my inside face but for different things. I'm just double checking where I'm up to here. So I do need to do another one there. Yeah, I don't have an inside face. You know how your face can speak volumes? Mine's pretty good at that. And Joanna's the same, Dolores. You're not alone. Rebecca, so a lot of Australia's in lockdown at the moment, Rebecca. Queensland's not, which is where I am. But our border is hard closed to the southern states because they're in lockdown. So yeah, lots of states are in lockdown in Australia. John, there was glow in the dark yarn at the Big Wool Show. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And Dying Dream, that was her name. She even had like a black light to show us how much they glowed in the dark. It was so cool. It was so cool. Yeah, Crochet with Claire says that she's in lockdown. Game Widows is in lockdown. Like, there's a lot of states in Australia in lockdown. So yeah, it's just how we roll here. It's a bit different to the rest of the world, I think. Oh, sorry, LG, you're right. It's UV reactive, not glow in the dark. They are different. You are quite correct. I shall bring that up. But they are. They're UV reactive, not glow in the dark. Melissa got UV reactive yarn too. Yes, black light will make it glow. Absolutely. Yeah, back to the pattern. What am I doing? I'm up to that bit, everybody. So obviously I'm not the only person who may have gone a little bit hard at the Big Wool Show. Actually, you know what? I didn't go hard. I kept within my budget. I just had slightly more budget than I planned by the end of the weekend. I'm going with that. Twilight Daggers says that they are doing a lockdown gift circle and bought something from a Big Wool Show trader for my person. Oh, that's awesome. I wish they would lock down North Carolina. I'd rather work from home. Yep. Yeah, definitely. LG says if I could get glow in the dark dye, I would so buy it. LG 500 AU, are you dying dream? I'm just asking. I'm not sure, and I'm just asking. Lockdown heaven here in the Hunter Valley. Oh, goodness me. Kerry says I saved up for the weekend big spend. That's right, Sally. My budget was slowly rising over the weekend. Absolutely. Jackie says I hadn't planned on buying anything, but I did. First time viewer apart from the Big Wool Show stream, which was amazing. Loving it so far. I'm trying to watch while it works, so it's not going well. Christina, you are not alone. There is a few people in the chat here who do sneaky try to watch it work, and I try not to make you laugh too hard so that you don't get busted. I can't promise anything. You are dying dream. I don't know how to change my name here. We can run through that. I'll run through that with you. I'll send you a message in Instagram. You on Instagram? And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just reading the chat. Jackie's at work, modding from work. You're definitely not alone. Definitely not alone. Okay, cool. I will find you on Insta and I'll send you a message show you how to change your username. I always work from home. I'm a PCA and hardly get out and do anything for myself. I don't know what a PCA is. So you let us know in the chat what a PCA is. Amanda got overwhelmed and bought nothing. Amanda, I hope you at least wrote down the names of some of the places, or while the market stall itself is closed for the Big Wool Show, you can go in and still find the list with their little logos, and you can click those and be sent directly to their websites. So you can still go in and find them, but you won't see all the, like how they have the 6 images in their little video and stuff like that. That's all gone. But because it's just for the weekend, this is a weekend event. It's not a full year thing yet. No. That's way too much work, and I'm lazy and I don't like doing work. You guys know that. So Kerry's off to work. Bye, Kerry. Have a great day. Yeah. So it is, all the stall holders are still there. So you can still see. So if you go back in a couple of weeks, they might be restocked. I mean, any show specials would be gone, but you know, that's the nature of the game. Lisa Larson says, I bought too much over the weekend and now I have to find somewhere to store it. There's always that. Is there a list of shops on Facebook somewhere? No, there's not. No, you need to go to the bigwoolshow.com website and you can have a look at the shops there. You followed some people off Insta? Awesome. Jance is saying that I'm wearing socks made from Dyeing Dream today, glowing green and blue and yellow. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're a personal care assistant. Okay. That makes sense. Jackie in the links. There you go. The Big Wool stall holders list. Fantastic. Leanne, you did fantastic. You stayed pretty controlled. 3 Hanks, and I'm super happy with buying a project bag from the Game Widows as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Joanne. Definitely a good place to send husbands off or partners off to go shopping for sure. And yeah, that would be great. Freaky, if you can pop that link into, not Freaky, sorry, Jackie. If you can go and throw the link to the stall holders list into the Fun Zone, that would be awesome. A lot of the stall holders do ship internationally. So if you are not in Australia, which I know not all of you are, actually, do you know what? Jump in the chat now and let me know where you are from. That would be awesome because we've got a lot of new faces in here. So it'd be great if I can get an idea of where everybody's from. So you guys can do that while I have a sip of my tea. I'm not a mod. They don't trust me like that. Truth. That's truth. My teacup needs a top up. There's lots of Aussies, Northeast USA. Creative Man says, I made a business connection for a surprise I'm working on. Awesome. That is awesome. Just topping up my tea. Perth, Sydney. Game Widow says that she doesn't ship internationally right now, but send her a DM and she might be able to work something out. That is cool. Texas, but are we going to Italy for a while? I thought you were back from Italy. I didn't realize it was just for a break. Chaos Creator's right. 100% correct. Didn't work though, did it? Oh, my goodness. Now, where I'm up to, I'm back to the beginning of the chart. So I'm going to keep going while you guys keep letting me know. Radelaide. You realize that only people from Adelaide call it Radelaide, right? Oh, Newcastle for 11:1 windmills. Apparently USPS have stopped shipping to Australia. What? Really? Since when? That sucks. I also heard that, is it Switzerland are not shipping to Australia at the moment? Like, what's the go? What have we done? Did we annoy somebody? I mean, we must have annoyed somebody big. Oh, Chintamani. Awesome. I'm so glad. Gail Smith is a fellow Queenslander. Queenslander. Oh, my gosh. How are we more dangerous than the US? I don't understand. Knitspin girls, I need to send you, actually, I was going to send you a message. Try again. You're not the only one who had a problem, and I did some jiggery pokery. But try again. It seems to all be working now. You're just down the road from me. That's right. Coffee chats. The game where they go, I'm between the Melbourne airport and where parcels go to get lost. Are the parcels at your house? Is my question. Do you have them? gosh. I don't even know. I don't even know the answer. I don't even know the answer. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. Anyway, Crazy Aunt Nicole is from Melbourne. Gosh. My brain is still a little fried from the Big Wool show, if you know, truth be known. And like I got some amazing messages and just really encouraging and kind. But one of the resounding things was, I don't know how you could talk for 6 hours. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I was so terrified, especially day one, that I was going to lose my voice, because those of you that are regular Fiberifians know that I've been having some health problems. And one of the issues is my medication messes with my throat, which means I sometimes lose my voice, even after a 2-hour live stream. So I was freaking out, okay? I'm like, oh my God, I have committed to this thing, and I don't know if I can do it. And it wasn't like I don't know if I can sit here for 6 hours. I don't know if I can keep a conversation going for 6 hours. All that I was okay with. It was, can my voice hold out? And I should have taken some photos, but I had like tea, water, coffee, my vocal spray, strepsils, which they're still here, just so much stuff, just out of camera shot, just to just keep sipping and keep it, everything kind of like lubricated and going. Oh my goodness. And when I came out of the shack, which is what we call my studio here, it's the shack. It's, I was visiting you. It's a donga in my front yard. I literally hire one of those coats hire 6 by 3 meter donga offices. And my little set takes up, I would say, just over a third. Yeah. Oh, yeah, just over a third. So it's about 2 meters wide and, 1.8 meters deep, right? And I came out of the shack and my husband was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I think I'm fine. And I was so worried that I was fine. I'm like, have I done permanent damage to something? So I didn't talk much for the night, just to rest my voice and stuff like that. Then the next day I was just like, okay. So I set up all the drinks and everything the same. And I'm like, right, I can do this. I can do this. And I managed to do it again. And I was like, but by Sunday night, my voice was starting to feel a bit sore, and I can feel it starting to kick in already. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. But I've got all my things here, so I can just, sort myself out. Yeah. It was huge. It was an insane endeavor. We made one huge mistake, which was we forgot to leave a break time in the middle for me, which we meant to do, and we just plumb forgot and filled it with a guest. So next time we'll be trying to work out what to do next year to make sure that I can escape and go into the house briefly. Yeah. Absolutely historical sheep. It's so much easier. And that was the thing as well, I think. My 2-hour live streams here, I pretty well talk the entire time, right? Whereas 2 hours on the Big Wool show, I was able to ask a question and then wait and listen to the answer and then think and then ask another question, so it was definitely easier. It was a massive stream. It was so cool though, and I loved every second of it. So absolutely put a coffee break pickup so everybody gets a break. Yeah, we were thinking about that. There was this amazing event that I'd seen only a couple of weeks before that StreamYard, who is the people who design the software that I use, they ran one. And they actually had a lady come in every hour and do a 5-minute yoga stretch. I don't know if I'm into the woo of yoga, but it was actually good. Like she was like, okay, everybody stand up and, you know, just like stretch your arms and stretch your legs and then, okay, let's get back into it. And it was like, it probably wasn't even 5 minutes, but it was enough to just like move. Cause it was it went from 1:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. my time. So was that 4.5 hours? So yeah, it was pretty full on as well. Comfort breaks. I love that term. That's definitely a term I want to try and remember. Comfort breaks. I think you should have had an AM and a PM session with a lunch break. Yeah, look, I like the idea of it, but there are people who could only be there for the lunch section because they were working or something like that. So we didn't want anybody to really miss out. So, yeah. Yeah, there was a spelling mistake that I took advantage of. I definitely stuffed something up, and now that's a running joke. Nature breaks. I mean, that's actually a cool idea. Like, just have someone who's on one of the farms just stream us their animals. Sophia says, I don't know how. Oh, hang on. I've lost Sophia. Sophia says, I don't know how you did it. Definitely needed more breaks. Was so worried about missing a giveaway. Yeah. Definitely. Obession. That's what it was. It was the obession thing. That just, oh my goodness. I really do think she's going to name a colorway obession. I really do. Rebecca, if you go to the Big Wool Show on YouTube, like just go type in the Big Wool Show, it's a black and white logo. I believe the live streams are still available. So they're long, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. They are 6-hour long live streams. But every 15 minutes a guest changes. Okay, so if you wanted to go back and re-watch those, they're still there and you can watch them. So yeah, it is one of those things. And there were winners. We had giveaways, all sorts of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. It was an amazing weekend. It was absolutely an amazing weekend. And Danielle does everything, you guys. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I just do the live streams. The only thing that I do for the Big Wool Show is I do the interviews with the sponsors, because the sponsors get about an hour each with me, where we will run through their tech and then we'll have an interview after it. And then that goes up on the up on the YouTube channel as well. So I think the sponsor interviews are up as well. And then it is winners with 3 N's. That's right, Liz B. Yeah, I did fix that eventually. I missed it a few times, but I did fix it. And then I lost my train of thought again. I'm reading about Chantel's obession. I'm just going to open my water and just have a little drink. Oh, Danielle, that's right. I was talking about Danielle. How could I forget about Danielle, the queen? Danielle organizes everything. She builds the website. She organizes the sponsors. She's the one who chases everybody up for everything. The only things that I do is the live stream. And the live stream, even part of the live streaming schedule is Danielle. And then the sponsor things, it's insanity. And she has a full-time job. This is not her job. So she just does this for the community. So it's amazing. And Danielle was also not a filler, but she would come to my rescue when a guest had a problem. Amelia says it was a wonderful way to meet and get to know the business creative people. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you that the live streams were fantastic, so that you could put a face and like a voice to the dyer and get an idea for the kind of person that they are. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Any word on next year? All I know is at this stage there will be a next year. That's it. That's all I've got so far. So we're planning for a next year. But we're going to try and change the date. In Australia, it was Father's Day weekend. And when we set it up, we didn't realize, neither of us, it didn't click. So that was awkward for a few people. Jackie, thank you. Excuse me. The Big Wool Show So you can go and check that out there. So just right click that link so that you don't leave our live stream. Freaky saying, so when do you get the guest to do a poll as to next 15 minutes or half an hour somewhere? Oh, Danielle and I are still deciding. The problem being that if we make the time larger for each guest, that means we get less guests. Yeah. Will it always be an online event? I believe so. Yeah. That's kind of like it started because of COVID. And the Australian Sheep and Wool Show, which is held in Bendigo, was cancelled last year. And there's a lot of stall holders like indie dyers who rely on the wool show. It's their main income for the year. And Danielle was just definitely like, her heart was like, we've got to do something. Something has to be done. So Danielle started organizing it all. And I was like, I'm like trying to think of something I know how to do. I'm like, I can live stream. I could run a live stream. Yes, I could do a live stream for you. And that's kind of how that happened. The 15-minute time slot did feel short. I agree. But the problem is we don't want to make the live streams longer than 6 hours. So it would definitely mean less people. So that's the catch. Yeah. We'll see. We've got a bit of time. We can play. We can think. We can see how it goes. Yeah. Excited for next year. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's always fun. I think my concern is, and I don't even know if I've voiced this with Danielle, is that will it be as good when people aren't in lockdown? Like, will there be as many people who jump in and join in the fun? That's my concern. I hope so. I would personally. I'd be just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's not lockdown. I'm planting myself here to watch this live stream because that's the kind of person that I am. Yeah, it is. Last year we did 4 days, Freaky, 4 days for 4 hours, and that was too hard. Like for me, I was a mess for about a week and a half after it. I don't even think I live streamed to my channel the following week. So we definitely want to keep it to the weekend. But, you know, things change. It might be different. 11T1 Windmills was one of our guests, and she thought the 15 minutes was great. I was nervous enough right before. I wouldn't want to bore people. You didn't bore anybody. You were good. Lisby says that she loves that it's online. And she gets to find out about fiber people and try new smaller people that she wouldn't otherwise know about. And Jackie's right. Not everybody can travel even without a lockdown. Absolutely. So, yeah. Where are we? Leanne says, oh my gosh, yes, we get to look at creators we would never have heard of. And Crochet Claire says, lockdown and no lockdown, not all of us can get to shows and buy all the things. Also, it means that some international people get to see what's going on with the Australian yarn industry as well, which I think is also cool. Sophia said, I like the 15 minutes, and some people who came back on the Sunday to do another 15 minutes was great too. I think that if we made it the 20 minutes, we would probably have to make it so people could only choose one day. They wouldn't be able to do both. Which I don't know. I don't like making restrictions, but I don't know. It's all just stuff in the air. It's all stuff in the air. And the reality is I actually don't get to make the final decision. So okay. Now one thing I do want to go through one thing again, which was those of you that know Claire and were here at the beginning of the chat, you will already have seen this. But what I want to do is share Claire from Crochet with Claire, formerly Bob Wilson 123, has a pattern in this crochet bundle. The link for this is pinned to the top of the chat. This thing is like valued at over $200 like the patterns in it. There's over 40 patterns. There is a bonus book of crochet tips. Apparently it has a value of its own of $30. There's over 300 pages, 40 patterns, 38 designers, 90% off. Okay. So this thing is only $20. So if you guys want to jump in and go and check that out and support Claire, who is one of our Australian designers who got to be a part of this, then that is definitely a good thing. Also, just want to make sure, oh, look at this. Lots of you have clicked the like button. And what do you think of my new animation? Is it distracting? Is it annoying? One thing I don't like is that it's on a loop, and that bugs me. I can't make it stop being on a loop. So, and that's annoying. Let me just jump back to the chat here. Stella Lee says 15 minutes was good. Yeah, there's so many. And look, do you know what? I would say that I'm pretty au fait with the Australian industry, right? Like, I know a lot of the dyers, I know a lot of the creators, but there was still tons of new to me people as well. Like, that was the thing. It was so phenomenal. I should get back to crocheting, right? Like, I'm not even halfway through a row yet, you guys. Like, one row is not even done. Leanne says, I know my budget will probably never get me to Bendigo, but I'm going to try to start a savings fund for next year. And this is the thing. If you can't use it to go to Bendigo, then maybe what you could do, as throwing this out there, is have a weekend away with some crafty mates at like a Airbnb somewhere, cast the big wool show to a screen, and you can all sit around together talking, having wine and cheese and cookies and things, and shop together. Anyway, I mean, that sounds like an amazing time for me. I wouldn't be able to do it because I need to be here, but that sounds like so much fun as well. What am I doing? I've done that. Then, yes, I know what I'm up to now. It's all good. Nothing to see here. Because that's the thing. Like, yeah, we can't all make it to Bendigo. We just can't. But also, Bendigo doesn't seem to have enough accommodation for everybody, in my opinion. It makes it very difficult, especially if you last minute decide you can go. Don't forget, somebody asked me to go. Thank you, Freaky. I appreciate the reminder. I like this. Lisby said, as someone who has spent the better half of this year in bed, my health may never get back to where it was. The Bendigo Woolen Show. The big wool show allowed me to still take part. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a bit of an idea, isn't it? That could be fun. That could be fun. Where are we? What a great idea. Hope we know early enough to double the weekend or book the weekend. I'm sure that we'll set some dates early enough for you guys to plan around it. Yeah. A watch shop getaway. Absolutely. I'm full of great ideas. We've also got a Fiberific retreat that will be happening next year as well. It'll be up here in Queensland, so hopefully the borders will be opened. It's in the second half of the year next year. This year it was in April. But believe it or not, I actually need to go and check the dates because I'm not 100% certain of the date. I think it's October of next year. I've got it in my calendar. Oh, I should look into that. I'm like, oh, no, it's so far away. I won't even worry about it. But I should start talking about it, right? If I want people to be able to book in and come along. Those people that were able to come to the last Fiberific retreat, did you guys have fun? Did we make it a fun time? Twilight Daggers. That was my idea for next year. I run tea time yarn retreats and was going to do a retreat and cast the big wool show next year. Well, you guys, You need to go and find Twilight Taggers on the socials and find out if they're able to do this for next year, because that could be a really easy way to do it. Wow. Gamer says, I'm lucky my friend lives 3 minutes from the showgrounds in Bendy. I have my room booked year round. That is awesome. That is awesome. Lisby, Dolores is in a similar situation and love the Big Wool Show. Hope your health is improving. Oh, Claire says, book me in for the retreat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely Twilight Taggers. Like, you won't be able to put a link into the chat, but you definitely be able to pop a link in over in the Fiberfix Fun Zone if you're a member over there. So yeah. Sally says that she had a great time at retreat. It was great to actually meet everyone in person without a box around their head. I mean, okay. So Sally came up to Queensland from South Australia. We were very lucky with the timing to be able to have everybody jump in and get here, because we had Game Widows was up as well, went to the treat. I got to take a flight out of lockdown land and see people in person, because it just happened to be a moment when you weren't in lockdown. Twilight Daggers is in Victoria. They do their retreats in Daylesford. Wow. Yeah, you were real. Ruth, have an awesome day. Oh, the tablet's ready to shut down. Oh, gosh. Okay. Ruth, for some reason, whenever Ruth comments, it always reminds me that Fiberific is also over on Patreon. And this is our Patreon group of people who support Fiberific every single month, helps me keep the technology running and helps me to make sure my internet connection is paid for so that I can run these live streams every single week. This is a list of fantastic people. I've just realized it's not quite straight. I might need to work on that. And this is an amazing group of people who every month jump in and just support. And we also have like we've got some new content coming that you'll get early access to eventually when it arrives, but there hasn't been any for some time. I'm not going to lie, but I just want a massive thank you to everybody who has a Patreon for the channel as well. So thank you guys. But yeah, I don't know why when Ruth comments, it reminds me to do that. I don't understand, but anyway, I mean, Ruth is a Patreon, so, oh, Nat says that's right, because Natalie Power, who is Tea for Talia, everybody, who makes our wonderful tea. There we go. I'll throw that up as well. Yeah, if you want $2 off your tea and you're in Australia, you can get it by having Fiberifians as your code. Only for about a week more, maybe less. If you want to do that, you need to get in soon. But Natalie drove up last time because just in case she got stuck from lockdown. Yeah, there's so much stuff happening in the chat, you guys. Coupon ends next Thursday. Okay, you planned that well, didn't you? You're like, do it on a Thursday so she can plug it one more time. Thank you, Talia. Talia, why do I do that? Nat. Thank you, Nat. Yeah. So much stuff. Anyway, back to crochet. I would like to finish a row. Who's placing bets on whether I can finish a row or not this week? I don't always finish a row, and sometimes I finish heaps of rows. But this week, there's so much going on in the chat that I'm not getting the rows finished. So I think I'm consciously remembering to go a little bit slower as well, or trying to, not always succeeding, because my brain just goes, oh, quick crochet, and crochet as fast as you can, you crazy person. Slowing it down. Where are we? I was staying with friends for a couple of days after a treat, so I stayed with them I was with them if lockdown happened. Oh, that's a good idea. But yeah, so I'll double check the dates for the Fiberific retreat, because that will be coming next year in October. I think it's October. And then we will. I'll also talk to Danielle, and we'll start. We're having a little break from talking to each other because we were in each other's pockets a bit. I only talked to her last night, and again this morning, I think. No, I'm kidding. There's no breaks. Poor Danielle. But we'll see if we can start nutting out a date, but it probably won't be released for a little while yet. So yeah. Twilight Daggers, Gamer Widows wants to know if you're Bali by any chance. Twilight Taggers, not Daggers. Sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't even know. That's right. Scary when it's like, oh my gosh, yes, I am Bali. Do I know you? Oh, wow. Oh, Ruth is back. Oh, you can't keep a good woman down, Ruth. Jackie has got thoughts. Come on, Jackie. Send them through. Beer Sheba, Wendy, how are you going? Welcome to the chat. How's Fluffy? Did Fluffy, my question is, I meant to message you the other day, did Fluffy get a sponsor? I need to know. Because, like, my brain still keeps showing me reruns of the Fluffy Butt Cam. Crack me up so much. Fluffy is naughty. Yes. Anybody in the chat, did you love seeing Fluffy? Bye, Vampire. Have a great day. Hey, Kat. Wow, we've got how many people here were stall holders at the Big Wool Show? We've got Beer Sheba Farm. We've got Gamer Widows. We've got Kat Johnson from Cat and Sparrows. We've got oh, my brain, Yarns by the Bay. No, Yarns by the Bay. Yes, you're a stall holder. There's also, oh my goodness, there's somebody else whose brain. Dying Dream is in here as well. So many of you hanging out in the chat today. It's good to see you all. Did you not get enough of me over the weekend? Just throwing that out there. Not that I'm complaining. Not that I'm complaining. Selena, this is my first day as well from the Big Wool Show. Oh, that's right. There's 11T1 is in here as well. Fluffy happened on Sunday, Leanne. Yes. Fluffy is adorable, but apparently naughty. Shocking. So lots of people here for their first time. Welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got this goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers, and I'm some ways off. But, you know, every single one of you that subscribe and come and hang out and just helps me get that one step closer. Sorry, Kelly, what was that? I had a bit of Chantel withdrawal on Monday. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I hate for anybody to be in pain. Goodness me. Clean butt cam. Yes. That's not really something you normally think about when you're getting ready to go live, is it? It's like, is the fluffy butt clean? It's not top on my list. Like, yes, let's run a speed test and let's make sure that all the software is up to date and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Not necessarily checking the cleanliness of a fluffy butt. Oh, wow. Selena says, I'm surprised you can still talk after the weekend. Yeah, you and me both, Selena. Definitely. I'm getting a bit raspy now. So, for those that don't know what we're talking about with the fluffy butt, Wendy Beer was out in the paddock of her farm, and a lamb came up to the camera, was having a bit of a drink, and we got like a bit of an extreme close-up of its bottom area. It was wagging his tail. He had a little fluffy tail. It was wagging. So, Di, welcome to the chat. Oops, only one of those there. And let's get one of those in. It was hilarious that hubby walked back at that moment and you was talking about clean butts. That was so funny. Joanne had Chantel withdrawals as well. Well, you guys, if you have Chantel withdrawals, which I can't believe could possibly be a thing, but apparently it is, you can always come and watch one of the previous live streams or one of my pre-record videos that are here on the Fiberific channel. I know it's not the same as being live, but it's might be better than nothing, maybe. I am working on my queen. For those of you that are just joining us now in the live stream, I am working on my queen blanket. I shall show you the big shot. It is enormous. My queen is 2.2 meters wide. It's very, very big. I am nearly to the middle point. So like this is the back, obviously, but this yellow, when I get to the end of the yellow, the next color is the last color. So, and then we go back to the yellow again. It's like a midpoint color. So it's massive. It's a huge project. And it's taking me some time. Now, I started it when the Cal started, but I did back burner it for a while. There was a color, I think it was the red or this color. It was doing my head in. And it was hot, and and so I put the project away, and then it took me ages to bring it back out again. And now it's back out, and I'm like right into it, and I'm enjoying it again. So, it, like maybe I just needed a break. Like sometimes that happens, but I'm right into it, and I am having a look. I bought the pattern for the Amma crochet along, and I've just done a little bit of a test with one of the squares just to get an idea of how much yarn it needs. It's tricky because they're all different squares. So, yeah. The yarn I'm using, Selena. This is Knit Picks Brava Worsted. It's an acrylic that I got from Knit Picks in the USA. I needed so much yarn and that I couldn't afford to do it in wool. Like I do personally prefer wool or cotton, but in saying that, this is a really nice acrylic. So, and it came in a ton of colors. So yeah, I'm going with this one. Di, yeah, go on, get your queen out. Show us some photos. You're not on Facebook, are you? I was going to say jump into the Facebook group because there's a few of us that have pulled our queens back out. So is this like a one-line repeat? Yeah, so each row is different, but you have like a group of like 15 stitches or something that's the same repeat over and over again, but then the next row is totally different and so on and so forth. There you go. Sally says subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you don't miss out on any content. Do you mean like this, Sally? Click the thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell and choose all. Sorry, that's new. I only put that on last night. So, yeah. Freaky says, not a race, but wow, that hook can move. Yeah. It's not a race. You're right. But sometimes I get frustrated and I want to be finished. It's not that I want to race anybody. I just want to be done so I can move on to the next project. You want to do one as well and have the pattern, then you should do one, Selena. Absolutely. I highly recommend it. It is fun. It's a good pattern. It's definitely a good pattern. And you would use acrylic as well, given the volume and cost. Yeah. And because I'm making one that will fit on my Australian queen size bed, okay? Like it's a big bed. And I want it to fit on the bed and drape over the sides a little, which is the 2.2 meters. This is a worsted weight yarn, so it's already a bit thicker than the DK that they used in the pattern. So, and then I do think I added an extra repeat. But yeah, it was definitely a financial decision to go with the acrylic for me. But it's a nice acrylic. Like I'm not going to use a scratchy trash acrylic, especially on a project this big. It's huge. You've got to touch the yarn a lot. So you need a yarn that you like the yarn. So yeah. You smarty pants. Who's the smarty pants and how and why? I need to know all the details. Selena's working on some mosaic cushion covers first. Yeah. Jen says that I've done it in cotton and acrylic, both lovely, but I enjoyed the cotton stitch definition more. I love a good cotton. I really do, which is one of the reasons why I ordered a whole pile of the Knit Picks cottons. I wanted to see which ones I like. Now, oh, no, that's not it. I should put that back. That's the sandbag for the camera. Whoops. Whoops. The problem with the cottons, this is just one of the cotlins. This is supposed to be DK weight, right? That's a strand of the cotton in oh, there's the camera. That's a strand of the cotton in DK. This is a strand of the cotton in worsted. Like I would have to use, I would get a significant, this is cotlin. Let me have a look. If I've got anything else over here. No, the other cotton's in the house. The you remember the one that I did the cowl with? It's not out here, which, you know, that's silly. Yeah. Do I have an affiliate link for Knit Picks? As a matter of fact, I do. It is in the description below, I believe. But if one of our amazing mods could drop that in, if you use one of my affiliate links, I do get a commission on your sale at no additional cost to you. It doesn't, how do I put this? It doesn't color my decision. I use Knit Picks because tons of choices of yarn bases and colors, but also they ship to Australia relatively quickly, or at least they did. I don't know now that USPS is apparently not shipping to Australia. I haven't been on their website for a little while, because every time I go there I buy something. It's like a danger place for me. But yeah, like their shipping prices are really good. So if you buy spend $100, you get free post. But even if you don't spend $100, it's like $8. You know, like shipping in Australia costs more than that. It cost me $9.30 to ship 500 grams in Australia. So definitely I like their shipping policy. And truth be known, I haven't had a problem with any of their yarns. So other than that mini pack that there was a couple of duplicates in, then, you know, I've never had a problem. So I'm happy. Listen to me justifying my existence. I like Knit Picks. I think they're good. And if you want to have a go at dyeing some yarn, they also have bare yarns as well. So I don't know if they're worth getting if you want to make dyeing your business. I don't think I don't think that they are cheap enough to be the wholesale rate, but it's definitely good enough to have play with for sure. Jen says, I used about the same amount of yarn in the acrylic and the cotton. The weight's not that different really. And also my cotton one came out bigger than the acrylic one. I guess it's the stretch. Yeah, which cotton and acrylic did you use, Jen? I know you've told me before, but I've forgotten. Did you contact? No, actually, Kathy, I forgot. I will need to do that. Last week, my brain was like, by live stream last week, I ended live stream, chatted with some of the girls, and I was like, was that off? Because my brain was already in the Big Wool Show weekend. So yeah, but this week I've got a to-do list that I'm slowly plodding through, and it's on that one. Who am I calling a lady? Soz chick. Okay, so Good Loops cotton and Special DK acrylic. Okay, well, the Good Loops cotton's got some loft to it as well, whereas this cotton linen was it's a bit thin. Yeah, I think it would depend on the cotton. Someone did mention here that they use the Bendigo Bloom for their queen. I don't like the bloom. I find it to be too scratchy on my hands, and I'm a big sooky baby, so I don't use the bloom. It's very pretty though, and if you can deal with the itch, then you've got to love that. So, oops, hang on. I would really like to do one, but I really don't want a really heavy one for my mum. The queen's probably, like the mosaic crochet is probably not the way to go if you don't want a weighty blanket, because of the nature of how the stitches are made. They all sort of sit really densely packed. So, I mean, does anyone made I can't imagine how you would make a lightweight mosaic. But that's not to say it can't be done, just because I can't think of how to do it. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely look into it though, because the other option is you could make like a really nice simple like corner to corner or something, and then using the same colors make a mosaic cushion to go with it. John's queen weighs 11 pounds. So what's that for the rest of us? Like 5.5 kilos or 5 kilos. That's right, because you're also like crochet is so tight you could kill people. Yeah. And counting. Is it not done yet, John? I thought you were finished. Jen says, John, yours doesn't count. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, Sally, that's the thing. You could use a 4-ply yarn, but to get a full-size blanket, you would need more 4-ply. Oh, your border's nearly done. Okay. Not quite done, but nearly. Oh my goodness, John. I still can remember that TikTok of you crocheting, and my brain is just like, don't get between the yarn and that hook, man. You will lose a finger. Absolutely. So we've talked about the projects we're currently working on. We've talked about the yarn that we may or may not have snaveled from the Big Wool Show. What's your next project going to be? Do you have something that you're like, okay, I want to finish this one so I can start the next one? What is, does any, because I do that. I'm always like, what's next? What's next? So what's next for you? What is your next project? I'd love to know. And look, we're nearly, like, we've got this much to go until we're at the end. We can do this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go full speed, you guys. Well, not full speed. I'm going to go full live stream speed. My plan for this afternoon is, yesterday I did so much stuff, but my plan for this afternoon is to take my queen inside and sit on the couch and watch trashy television. Have I split a stitch there? I think I have. Do I want to go and fix that, or I don't know how I feel about that. I'll decide later. Oh yeah, that's all right. Okay. I hate it when I split stitches. It does my head in a bit. But yeah, I plan on like crocheting some today. I want to get through this yellow and start the last color. And if I just do one row a week for the live stream, it's going to take forever. And I don't want to take forever. Oh, here we go. John's got his next project, which is the Bonnie's Celtic Cable Throw. That looks awesome. Stephen West's 2021 MCAL. How many people are going to be doing the MCAL, just out of curiosity? Sal has no plans for a next one. Jen's waiting for the yarn from Montana, and you ordered the kit and the pattern book for the Amma. I'm a bit jealous, Jen. I was tempted, but that postage cost did me in. Kat says that I'm still working on my herding cats double knit cowl and it's going to take years. Oh my goodness. Claire's got a bolt, but she is so thankful for the shout outs for the Crochet Pattern Bundle. I share my friends' successes with my other friends. That's what I do. So, you're welcome. I'm terrible at, taking, positive things too. Moving on. Years ago, I made a blanket bigger than a king size, and it was so big we call it the postcode because it's so big it needs its own. It weighs 6 kilos. Oh, my gosh. Kat's going to join the MCAL. Wow. Rebecca's got a few kits, so she's got some choices. I'm not sure if Crochet with Claire's already gone. I think check under, it might be under Bob Wilson 123 or Claire Sullivan, so check both of those names. Artsec says, I have too many to go at once to worry about the next one. Probably some baby gear out of some of the new squish. Yarn Dragon says, I've got no plans yet. I need to finish my current project. Jackie says that she's working on a recreation of a cardie on the cover of the Eskimo Joe's song. Wow. Leslie's going to have a go at the MCAL. Awesome, Leslie. Oh, there you go, Lisby. Claire was still here. It's the orange cow. Amanda has jumped in. She is going to be doing Bonnie's Mystery Cowl as well as a Montana for her husband. My projects are usually last minute. Mine too. So it could be anything. Leanne said that she's got the yarn for her granddaughter's blanket. I'd like to start that soon. Absolutely. Yeah, John makes heavy blankets. Pattern 25. There you go. All the details. Okay. I want to get to the end of this row. I want to finish a row. Lisby's lost her Crojo, everybody. Have you got any cotton to crochet with? Because you could crochet a really nice spar cloth for yourself in a weird stitch that you've never tried. Oh, now she's really going. Claire's actually leaving now. In the chat, what do you do when you've lost your Crojo? So Lisby did a massive project and she did it quite quickly. And it was a queen for her new family member. So what do you do? I personally grab out a ball of cotton and make a new washer, something nice, something luxurious that I can use in the shower. But that's what I keep doing. And it seems to work. I just hit a stitch dictionary and go, I haven't done that one before, and just give it a try. Or I sew. Joanne says, I keep changing my mind, but loving Tina's patterns. There's so many to choose from, isn't there? Artsog's got to go. Bye, Artsog. Have a good week. John quilts when he's lost his Crojo. Awesome. Knitspin Girl says, I'm knitting a postage cardie for my daughter in yellow. It's so bright. She chose the color. Dinah Chu, welcome to the chat. You're all right. You can always watch the replay. Jen says that when she's stuck, she goes back to the basics and does something with the granny pattern. Joanne does something small and just for fun. That's the thing. I do something small that's sort of for me. There's no pressure on it. Because that last project for you wasn't just a big project. It was a big project using techniques you had not used before, using yarn you had not used before, and it was a gift for a new baby. So there was a lot of pressure. So now you need a totally non-pressure project. So, yeah. Amelia says knitting or patchwork or Pinterest for ideas. Kat says that she toggles between knitting, crochet, and spinning, and that's what I do. Is I'll jump onto another craft. If the crochet washer doesn't work, I jump into another craft. Yarn Dragon says that she finds a good hat pattern when she loses her Crojo. Amanda says, I love granny squares, so I try to find a new pattern involving granny clusters. That's the thing, isn't it? Alison says she's working on a 4-ply knitted lace shawl in light blue sock yarn using the pattern Regina Mari by Sarah Birch, having a break from her queen. I think having a break from the queens is a good idea when our queens are enormous, because sometimes you're like, oh, I want to craft, but I need to just work on this queen. And you kind of feel that you're just like, meh. Yeah. Sometimes you just feel guilty if you start another project. I mean, have you met me? I start projects every 14 seconds. So, not that hard, but not everybody's like that. And I try not to get like, okay, so I have, mods. You guys need to jump in there and deal with that. Oh. Come on, computer. There you go. Thank you, mods. Sally usually has a break from chatting altogether. Jen is right. I was like that not long ago. Started granny squares, ended up being a cushion on my rocking chair. So that is awesome. I'm glad that you guys sorted that out for me. Thank you so much. Yes. Jackie, how dare you be distracted by work, honestly. Q mods typing madly. Yeah, absolutely. Blocked and reported. You guys are awesome. And that's how we deal with trolls. Emily says that she has 10 minutes at a project. Hang on, come back. If I'm not happy, I leave it, but most of the time I'll go back to that project. Cushion sounds lovely. Yeah, cushions are nice, small projects. And like you use cushions as well, so it could be really nice. Yeah, I couldn't seem to get in and block them, so I'm glad you could, Sally. Yeah, I've got to keep going. Otherwise, I won't be finished this row before the end of the round. I won't be finished this row before the end of the stream, and then I'll be sad. I heard this amazing thing on TikTok, right? Like an amazing thing on TikTok. Who would have thought it? And it was this guy saying that when we have a great day and our goal is to have more great days, and then we have a trash day, then we feel bad. And then the goal is to always have great days. Then your great day is not great anymore, and you feel guilty whenever you don't have this phenomenal day. And I was just like, he explained it a lot better than I did just then, by the way. But I was just like, how true is that? We sort of, sometimes we have trash days, right? We have legit trash days. And we're like, why can't we have more good days? Why can't we have more good days? But then a great day is allowed to be an anomaly. It's allowed to be fantastic. There has to be somewhere in the middle that's a trash day, a normal day, and a good day, like a great day. So, you got to have trash days. Oh, my goodness. I knew the second I said it, it was going to be freaky. You missed a goal. You missed a troll. You really did. You would have enjoyed it. I just try to have a day from John. And that's the thing, isn't it? Remembering that just having a day is okay. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be a fantastic day. It just needs to be a day where you made it through and it wasn't particularly trash. And then you can appreciate your good days for being good days and not feel guilty that not every day is a good day. So that helped my brain, by the way. I'm definitely not the right person to ask this question. What's an acceptable amount of whips? I'm like Chantel and start new projects all the time. I currently have 14. 14 seems like a good number. 18 could be a good number. Last time I counted, there was 22 of crochet and knitting. That doesn't include spinning, cricket, or sewing. Or weaving. Oh my goodness. It's good. There we go. Sally says it's good to have lots of whips. Agreed. Tick. There we go. This is probably not the best place. So 14 for starters. Yes, absolutely. I'm like in team, right. I want to try a thing, but I don't want to feel guilty that I've started a new thing. I always do, but I'm still going to try it, like trialing out the Amma square, even though I haven't finished this one or any of the other projects that I want to do. But I still wanted to trial it out and see what it was like. And I agree with Game Widows. Variety is good. Amelia, don't count. Absolutely. Rebecca, you have no works in. Are you not working on a project at all at the moment? Okay. Fair enough. All right, I'm nearly at the end here. So this is where the pattern changes up a bit. And I might need to have a little squiz to double check I'm doing the right things. I'm nearly at the end. All right, let me go here. And we're nearly at the end of the row. Oops, sorry. I forgot. I'm over here looking at the pattern and just dragging the yarn across. Hang on a sec. My pattern's been cut off here. Okay. We finished a row. We've nearly finished a row. It'll be finished in a second. Jancy says a whip for every mood. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, okay, for a start, some people need a travel project, right? Something that they can work on while they're on a bus or a train or in the car or whatever, right? And some people need a project for watching telly. We did it. We finished a row. Oh my goodness. I'm in shock. And then, some people then need a project for watching the telly, but then you might want a project that's a bit more in-depth or tricky, or it's got some like heavy interest cables or lace or something sort of shaping that you've got like to really keep an eye on, like concentrating projects, and you need to have different ones for different times that you're feeling it. Let's be totally vague. Ruth says she has at least 4 in knitting. John says, I have a crochet project, a home crochet project, and a scrap denim quilt. Absolutely. Knit Spin Girls, different projects for different moods and concentration, also for portability or not portable. See, like my queen, not portable, but I'm thinking the Amma might be portable. So, that I could work on two blankets. I'll be working on 2 at a time socks in a bit, and I'm taking a break. Absolutely. Sally says, sitting right next to me, I might have about 6 whips. Oh, guys, they're back. We need to just block them straight up. Oops, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong person. Block. Oh, my goodness. Hang on. Reported. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. Is that all gone? Are they all sorted? Yeah, that was a scary ending. There you go, Freaky. You got to see it. There you go. Freaky has finished plying some yarn, spent all week spinning. I have a few hundred plastic shopping bags I need to turn into plant for a tote bag. Oh, there you go. Reported and blocked. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know why I can't seem to block them from, like, I'm logged in as me, right? I should be able to block them, like literally block them from the channel. Blocked and reported. Thank you, everybody, for blocking and reporting. We don't like them here. Just keep an eye out, Sally, because when we put them in timeout, they're only timed out for like a certain amount of time. Anyway, back to what we were chatting about, which was exciting and fun. It's something you can work on while watching a program with subtitles. Oh my God, how annoying is that? I want to watch something and it's got subtitles and I'm like looking at my craft and I'm like, oh, but I want to craft. Yeah, agreed, Freaky, for not being as hot as they claim to be. Leanne says, I've got more works in progress than I've ever had right now. All right. For some reason, nobody can block them. Like, sorry, none of the mods can block them from the chat. I'm going to just do a thing. I'll go in at the end and see if I can block them from the channel later. I've got them checked. All right. Some programs are like that now, and the words don't match what I'm hearing. Oh, no. Yep, hiding them is better than timing them out right now. All right. So what do you guys got work like planned for the week? I'm going to come up to the big one. I don't want to start a new row yet. I'm so happy. Look at that. One row finished. We probably should we can bring up all the stitch markers while we're here. What do you all got planned for the weekend? Like, it's Thursday for us here in Australia, so the weekend's on its way. Alison says that she can't watch subtitles and craft. Neither can I. I end up having to go and find something else to watch because I just can't do both. Like, I got skills, man, but that's not one of them. Wool sheep garden. That's your plan for the weekend? That's a full-on weekend. Choosing colors for your Amma. Nice, from Joanne. Hopefully getting out of lockdown. You're hoping, aren't you? You're in like the evil state. Lots of Amelia's finishing some fingerless gloves. Nice. Dyeing yarn. My shop was empty after last weekend. Hopefully some gaming and some knitting as well. Well, you got to have that time when it's color setting, right? Regional New South Wales may come out of lockdown tomorrow. Okay. That's not what we're really hearing in Queensland, I'll be honest. Going home on Friday from Alabama. Oh, wow. Okay. Jackie says it depends on if the new tire comes in for my car. What happened to the tire in your car, Jackie? Did I miss something? Like, isn't your car relatively new? Like, I'm confused. Clean, doctor's appointment, clean, fishing, and then repeat. Okay, that sounds like a big plan. Oh, hello, stick. A Stormtrooper's bag, more advent calendars, more stitch markers from Game Widows, restocking the shop after a big weekend. Leanne says there's a little local market she wants to check out. Otherwise, no plans. What have I got? I'm doing a virtual sewing retreat this weekend. It is one where it's from Little Moo Designs. I'm going to be making a bum bag. I'm going to sew a bum bag, you guys. Maybe if I get it finished, because my sewing is as good as all my other crafts. It's if I get it finished. And we moved all the stitch markers. Yay. Are you going to go get to see your bubble buddy? Awesome. Regional Victoria, except for Shepparton, are out of lockdown tomorrow as well. Awesome. So some states are opening up. That's nice. Jackie says a fence paling fell down in the wind, nail into the tire wrecked when I had to back out of the driveway to change it. Oh, frustrating. Absolutely, yes, Freaky, for sure. Oh, my goodness. That's so funny. Well, you guys, it's time. Believe it or not, we're at time. It is midday here in Australia on Thursday. It is time for me to go inside and to stop talking for a while. I can feel me getting a bit dry and raspy. I've loved having everybody here. It's been a bit crazy in the chat today, and it's been so much fun. If you are not a member over in the Fun Zone, make sure you go and join up. I want to see photos of all these things that you're doing, and I definitely need to see Squishmail photos. Like, that needs to happen. Also, if my Squishmail arrives between now and next Thursday, I'm totally opening it. I'm not waiting for the stream like I did with my Knit Picks order and my Hobie order. I'll be opening those up. I'll make sure they're around so you guys can see them. But I'm definitely not going to wait. I'm sorry. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope you all really enjoy your weekend and you get to spend some time doing something you love, even if it's only a short amount of time. And I will see you all here next Thursday, 10 a.m. So I will catch you next time. Be good. Bye.